whatever they say, even if it is criticism, I ask them, please reach out to me and please write it. Let me know. I tell their, I tell their parents, reach out to me and let me know what mistakes I made, because I need to know so that I correct myself. So I'm open to criticism and I'm open to learn and change. So that is what I want to hear. And I wanted to say what actually Swaraj told. He took the spotlight. So I, I write this book, which is A Sparrow of Michigan. It is as much for a child as for the inner child. So I love reading that book. I love reading Tinkles. I love reading Harry Potter. So this book is for the adults who has this inner child active in them, so they can read this book as well. So these books are not, age specific or whatever, if I might say. But when I, as an author, I say, okay, this is 3+, this is 6+, and yeah, 18+. But we go and connect back because we have lived that life. We always connect back to this. So I feel like, yes, whenever you touch someone with that emotion, that connection, which we have already talked about, that what matters. And
no, I wanted to ask one more thing, that does emotion, how, not emotion, how a person, past experience, does it influence how the book is being perceived
yes,
differently?
Yes, yes, yes. A big yes to that. How I write also is based on the experience, and how a person take the story is also on the experience. Because our life experiences are different for each one of us. So the amount of empathy I can have today, I don't think I would have had 5 years back. I connect with someone when they say, I'm going through a phase right now. I ask, I sit, and I try to listen. But otherwise, it didn't bother. I didn't care about anyone. My own life was the, main priority for me. But yes, your own experiences matter. And a reader, how they conceive the book, how they take the book is, yes, depends on their life experiences. And as a reader, they love to, something similarity. They connect with you at once, and that's the point. Yes, it does.
Just 10 seconds I have to take to add in what she is saying. So there is a villain called as Lex Luthor in Superman comics. He told one of the most striking lines that inspired me to become a writer. That character said, some people can read War and Peace and call it an adventure stories, and others can read the back of a bubblegum wrapper and unlock the secrets of the universe.
True.
Just quickly adding that in the new book, actually, I've tried another thing, which is creating characters out of emotions. So the main protagonist is a representative of the youth of today, who feels, that they're unresolved and unexplained, inability to feel burdened. Actually, they are feeling burdened by their parents' unmet expectations. So he represents that emotion of feeling that I have not reached for my dreams because I was trying to fulfill my parents' dreams. And the girl, the female protagonist, she's got blue hair, she's got piercings, she dresses differently, not of the common sort. And she, for me, represents resilience and agency, and how girls are learning that it's okay to say no, okay to say that I want to do things my way. So I think emotions are something that, yes, certainly are relatable, and as an author and as a creative personality, you do need to cater to them. But again, as we can build, bend time and reality, I think emotions can also be played around with, and it makes for very good reading and very good, very good stories, I feel. Yeah. I think we can continue. We can ask the questions.
Okay, right at this moment, we would want to open the house for the audience. Any questions you would want to ask to the authors?
Were you guys listening?
They were in a different reality, I think.
Anyone, any question,
Pizza Hut
not
and
even
Burger
regarding to the topic we are discussing. If you want to ask
Any
anything
questions?
as writers, as technical writers, to be honest, that would be more appropriate. I guess they are satisfied with what we said. So happy for it. They have no questions. Like we have cleared everything, right?
You understood everything that they have said? And you have no questions, no
Thank you.
queries whatsoever?
Yeah.
Hi, it was nice hearing all of you here. And a small question, being a mom of a teenager, I would really love to ask you writers how to bring about reading a habit in these Gen Z, Gen Alpha children. How do you make connection with them?
Read vehemently, passionately, and crazily in front of them. They will, sooner or later, they will copy you.
We used to do that, right? But as you know, the Gen
Take away their phone.
No, I will say that I think with the kind of work commitments that we have as parents these days, there is less time being spent with them.
Exactly.
And probably giving them more options. There are so many genres out there, from mythology to historical fiction to sci-fi to humor. So giving them an option of reading something that might catch their interest and discussing that with them. That worked for me. As you were saying that, you start with trying to make your young children read, and then schoolwork takes over, projects take over, and slowly it fizzles out. But trust me, it comes back. Once they grow up, they go to college, they're kind of set in their ways and everything, then they start. But again, what's really important is the access to books.
Yeah.
Access to reading material.
Yeah.
If your gifts are going to be of books with every other technological advancement that is coming in, I can tell you that even though they might have a library full of unread books, they will get to read it.
Yeah,
So-
because just now what I saw when I brought my daughter in here, she just was randomly picking up the books. And when we asked, why are you picking up this book? It's
I'll
just
read it
young
one day.
adult.
Yeah, no,
It's
I'll
just
read it
written-
one day.
No,
That's
it's written young adult, so I've picked up the book.
So they might be looking for the answers of their present day problems, and someone they believe a writer must have solved something for them, and must have said something they feel but have not the courage or the expressional ability to talk about. And everybody looks for home, right?
Yes.
So young adult books are kind of like a home for these young kids.
Yes. So more
just one
genres.
more. The easiest way I would be find him a girlfriend who reads.
No.
100% works. I got my habit
Mine
like
is mine is a girl.
Then
and I wouldn't like right now for her to get a boyfriend.
No, I have a better
Boys
solution.
don't read much. Boys read less.
I have a solution. You can introduce her to audiobooks.
Audiobooks, yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
let her hear. It's super cool. Just
Yes,
say
yes,
it's super cool
yes.
to listen
That's
to
a
it.
nice idea. I will follow.
Yeah, just let's do that and see. Maybe we mix next time.
She's sitting right here,
Oh my god.
listening to all this. Thank you.
Read more books, girl.
Listening to all the advices.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
Ju-
try.
One thing I would like to end, sorry for talking so much. I have so much to say about this. If you do something passionately in front of children, they will become curious.
But children have
Yes.
minds of their own these days. huh?
Do it
and
enough.
they
I
have
guess
their
they will-
mind on the phone. Huh?
teenagers. Anyway. Already they're biased. Okay,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
More questions? So in that case, we'll wind up the session. Thank you, all the authors. It was really nice talking to you, hearing from you, and it was an enlightening conversation. Thank you so much, Mridu, Raj, Swaraj, and Harshali. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
for
Sudeshna.
moderating it.
Thank
And
you,
Thank
thank you
Sudeshna.
for listening to us.
Thank
We are
you.
grateful to
Thank
you.
you all.
Thank you so much to you all.
Have a wonderful evening.
And thank you to Pizza Hut and Burger King customers also who are sitting here on the chairs.